mandatory retirement age for strippers.
You see, I got cornered by Robin last night. Almost had to chew off my own arm to get away.
Oh, that poor woman has the saddest tits. Damn depressing.
Right? Yeah, they're like the Notebook sad.
Tits are like coming home from school and finding out that your old man ran over your cat sad.
Mournful. She has mournful tits. They're like 2 suicide notes stuffed in a glitter bra.
Those things are like a little kid with progeria cracking all his ribs trying to catch a Nerf ball. Just sad. Damn it, she has gloomy tits.
It's like she put $1 worth of change into some old socks and then taped them to her chest.
I want to build 2 little caskets and give her tits a tasteful, dignified funeral.
Welcome to the American Moron Entertainment Network.
P-word.
The P-word.
The P-word.
I thought I banned the P-word.
I'm never going to get tired of that.
No.
Never, ever. Well, we're finally back.
Yes.
Sort of. Sorry about that. My God, this is loud tonight.
Everything's just cranked.
Pull that down a little bit.
That's fine.
There we go. There we are. Well, it's a little much. So yeah, we're finally back. And,
Back in the saddle.
And happy post-Thanksgiving. Happy frickin' holiday season.
I can't wait.
For holiday season?
Yeah, I love it.
Ugh, loathe it.
Cannot wait.
No.
We're doing our tree this weekend.
We have that up. We got to decorate it yet, but we have it up.
We were going to do it on Sunday, and then we decided not to. But Killer Eagles game, for those of you who are in Philadelphia or Philadelphia fans.
Fuck the rest of you if you're not.
Great game. Yeah, I don't know. I had a great weekend. It was fun.
Yeah,
I liked it.
I was happy you liked my lazy Halloween or my lazy Christmas lights.
Yeah, it looked good.
Yeah, I thought I went for less crazy and just a little classier. It was literally all about being lazy. I just didn't feel like putting the shit up on the roof. But all right, I'm gonna just shut up there. I'm tired of you listening to crap. But no, man, we had those lights which will double team, and double duty for Halloween, for sure. But no, I mean, I still not sure about the tree that looks like it belongs in I don't know, like a Jimmy Buffett video, but it looks kind of cool. The tree at the end of the driveway.
I didn't see that.
You can see it from space.
I saw your garage door.
Oh yeah,
that's what I saw.
I had to put something there because there's no light over there and nowhere to put lights. But no, it's kind of cool. And the little candles in the windows, they're like little.
I got to walk by again.
It's crazy, but yeah, it's nice. It's nice to just be able to put them up and not have the insanity of hanging shit all over the gutters and stuff. But
I remember I did that for 3 years when I moved here, and taking lights down in January when they're covered in ice. No, thanks, man.
Yeah,
no. But the kid was getting bigger, so it was fine.
Yeah, and I mean, like I didn't do anything for the holidays for a long time because I don't like the holidays, and I got to say right up front, I don't think I celebrate Christmas anymore.
Okay.
It's Yule. I think most Americans really celebrate Yule because
do it well.
You do the whole Santa Claus thing. That's not about the birth of Christ. So
it was invented by Coca-Cola, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it?
The image of Santa Claus as you know it.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I mean, it's more like, the whole like, spirit of giving and all that kind of crap. And, the O Tannenbaum, our country is Nazi, that kind of stuff, that. Hey, Pat.
Wasabi.
Hey.
Yowza. Hey, it's kicking. How's it going, Pat?
Everything's great, man. Looks like you guys had a pretty kicking show over the weekend.
It was, dude. Thank you. It was pretty exciting.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pictures are amazing.
Yeah, she's good. Deb Madonna Rocker. She is a spectacular photographer. Yeah, it was a really cool show, and just the whole vibe of it. Everybody just loves each other. That was playing on the bill.
It's so lacking.
So it just makes it easier. I mean, what that's like. I mean, there's just the Admiration Society is, is cool. And it was just fun. It was fun. And the sound was superb.
That's awesome.
Oh, my God. When I did my sound check, I've worked with Dan before, Dan Gerhardt. But to hear it in a hall, usually we play at this outdoor place with him. to hear it in a hall like that, it was really cool. I mean, when I did my guitar check, I was like, fuck yeah. Fuck. And everybody was digging the sound of the Mesa that night. She was on just a really punchy setting, and she was just cutting. So that made it all the more fun. And it was funny. We weren't playing in front of our regular crowd, so we were in front of a lot of new people. And old Instinct, I was going to say old school.
Ooh, be careful.
Instinct sold a lot of T-shirts that night, which is a testament to what was happening. And then, of course, everybody was asking for our CDs, which we didn't have any, which we need to do something about that. And I'm working on everybody about that right now. So,
there you go.
Get some recording time, and we have our old EP, which we can put together maybe some DVD, CD released stuff on the cheap, so people can get some stuff.
Nice,
but the stuff's old. It's old music. It's the recordings were done in '92, so I want to get some new stuff going. And the new song, we played a new song at the gig, and that was exciting. So had a really good time, if you can't tell.
Well, that's all that matters too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice, but still, it looked like a lot of fun.
When your rig's firing and everything's clicking, there ain't nothing better.
Nice.
And had a good gig on Wednesday night at Old School with the
place was packed.
Thanksgiving Eve. It was something else. Quite the crowd.
Yeah, some of them.
I mean, the back of the room, that one guy came. There's one guy who came out. He brought his whole family from Long Island.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just going bananas.
They were going nuts before you got there.
Yeah, they were having some drinking fun.
That was a lot of fun.
That was cool. So how was your holiday, Pat? Pat?
Oh,
I guess we lost him.
No, it says he's talking, but I don't hear him.
Oh yeah, it's lighting up like a Christmas tree.
I think he's on the road too. That sometimes will
I'm back.
With it. Well, Pat, unfortunately, there he is. Yep.
I think I went through cellular hell there for a second and just kind of totally lost connection.
So Pat, for those of you that don't know, he's the bass player in Sick Vicky, and they are making a triumphant return in the last few months.
Yeah, I just started working on a bunch of new material with Rich the other week.
Very good.
Nice.
I just talked to him. It was like about 2 weeks ago. We talked on the phone about something. That's pretty cool.
That's cool. Yeah, so hopefully we'll get a couple more shows going in the new year, and we're just trying to piece it together. It's a whole bunch of new personalities in the band, new playing styles, and it's kind of cool that the sound is kind of growing. It's different. You know what I mean?
It's evolving.
And you could probably hear that. You could probably hear that at the show too. The difference in the way we used to sound compared to now.
It's a totally different lineup, man. So it's definitely, there's really not much of a comparison. I mean, and I don't mean that as a swipe at anybody that was in the band or anybody that's in it now. It's a different animal.
Changes,
yeah. It's grown. It's evolved.
Yep. I mean, we're older people now.
Fish are nice, but when they grew legs, they got better.
Yeah, man.
That's how evolution works. For all you people that aren't sane and don't believe it.
Gotcha. Yeah, so we're just trying to piece some good shows together and stuff like that, and we'll keep you guys in the know and all that fun stuff. And you still gotta come out and hang out at the basement there and have some drinks one night with you again.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that would be stellar, man.
Without making your wife upset this time.
Well, if we don't go till 5 o'clock, it's a lot better. And when I say 5, I mean 5 a.m. Patty Phillips in the house. Yeah, so we couldn't get together last week. I was running on empty. I had rehearsals and all kinds of stuff going on with Instinct. Was it last week that we?
Last week you were really busy. The week before I had the sniffles,
right,
and thought it might be a bad idea to come down here and vomit all over your basement.
Yeah.
I
don't need that.
I didn't. I just really had the sniffles. It was no big deal, but back when you
a nice technicolor yawn that never hurts anybody.
Yeah. I mean, how many times you been out with your buddies and everybody's throwing up all over each other? That's fine. But now post-COVID, somebody's going to be a dick about it.
I had to renew my passport recently. So my wife and I go down. I had my picture done already. And so we go down to some post office. I don't know, Berwyn or someplace.
I've been there. Yeah,
and we're in line at the post office, and I got a tickle in my throat. And when you're in public and you get a tickle in your throat, you're now conscious of the fact that that's happening. And it now is propagating itself. It's getting worse and worse the more I try to suppress it. And there's a woman and her daughter in front of me in line to get their stuff done. And I see the woman shielding her daughter and moving closer and closer to the doorway to get away from me. And now I'm like getting into the situation where the tears are coming out the sides of my eyes. And I'm like,
that's when you lean over. You go, "It's not COVID. I have tuberculosis."
It's just tuberculosis. No big deal.
It's no problem. You guys know Doc Holliday, right? Yeah.
And it's funny. So since I've gotten older, I don't know what this is, but whenever I have hot soup, I have to be very careful
not to burn your balls
when I'm drinking the soup. For some reason, it creates a situation for me.
Really?
And I start coughing from that.
Holy shit. That shit cooled down, man.
And I love, like on Fridays, I usually get, wonton soup. That's like my big treat of the week, man. Get me some wonton soup.
I thought you were talking about spicy soup, not just hot soup.
No, hot soup. Just hot liquid soup. Now, you would think that drinking coffee would do the same thing.
One would assume, yes.
But it must be the salt.
Yeah, it's probably the hot salt.
Hot, salty water.
Go upstairs, get some hot salt water and gargle with that, see if you gag.
I would definitely gag.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
No, experiment is complete. God damn.
I kind of get the same feeling, but my daughter and I went to, there's a ramen place in Edgemont now, which is actually a pretty nice place, and the food's really good. But I got the hot, spicy ramen, and I was like, oh. Yeah, it was really good. But like you said, it kind of tingled my throat.
It's funny how that works, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I every once in a while, something spicy goes down the wrong way, and then you're doomed for the next hour because you're going to be coughing it back up, and it's going to reburn you each time.
And it's going to come out your nose and all the other fun stuff.
That was the other thing when I was waiting in that line. I was waiting for that stuff to start up.
Yeah, you start slobbering out of your nose. Nobody wants to see that. It's
like
a zombie apocalypse.
For a joke, I went out and got a cheap wireless, a rechargeable wireless, because I can't put a powered wireless in front of my Mesa rig. For whatever reason, it creates a large buzzing. So I picked up these things, Pat, called X5, which you can't see, but I'm going to hold it up.
Oh, I've seen yeah, I got something similar like for the kid.
Now, these are the same people that make the wireless microphone thing that I bring in case Shaky, if his microphone goes down, I have a backup so that we can, plug in a regular mic so he can sing and not have to worry about all that. And it works pretty well. It diminishes the signal, like a little bit.
Did you pay like $30 for him?
No. That was over $100.
Oh, was it? Okay.
It was $122. But compared to the one that I was using, was $500. I had a really nice Shure. It was $500.
Hi, Jonah.
So anyway, I'm probably going to try it out. I don't think I'll use it with depends on the gig, but for a cover band gig, it's stellar. It's perfect for that. So I'm kind of excited to try it out.
You're not in rooms with great acoustics anyway.
But I can't use it on a. It says you can't use it on a. Excuse me. On EMGs. Those pickups with preamps don't work well with them.
Oh. So like Mopar with mobile gas.
I did try it. I have a workaround for it that I read about that I'm going to try. So I have some stuff coming in the mail. It's always something though.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's probably like a pad.
Active.
None of the delivery guys go down our street without stopping at your house. You know that, right?
I don't.
They do. They stop all the time. I see them.
I don't.
When I'm paying attention, it's not
I don't
that
get
often.
a lot of stuff.
I don't stare at
my
your house.
mother-in-law gets a lot of stuff.
Oh, there you go. She lives here.
She gets painting stuff. She does.
Oh, nice.
She does this like paint by numbers thing.
Yeah.
They're not like kids paint by numbers. They're like pretty elaborate.
Yeah. I think Jen does those. My mom used to do them. Drives me nuts.
She does them. I mean,
it's like math. I don't
the
like
the whole room up there is full of these paintings, and they're amazing. Actually,
they're really cool.
But she waits for that damn truck to come.
They're nice. I did one when I was a kid.
Yeah, now my mom used to get them, and they would look like real like pieces of art.
Yeah,
and then I would, and it looked like I puked on it, and it just made me feel bad. And she would just be like, "See, I told you were shit."
No, I when I was a kid, we did them with it was oil paint.
Yeah.
These are watercolor, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know how that all works. Maybe it fades after you hit it with the.
I'm good
brush.
with that seeking that shit. The yes and no stuff you used to get at the turnpike stops to keep the kids from going crazy and having a murder.
Mad Libs?
No, it was like yes and no, KNOW. It was like everything. All the answers were written in like I don't know, like lemon juice.
I know. I remember.
And you would like get a highlighter, and there were painting things where you could just take water and paint over it.
Oh
and
yeah,
it would like automatically paint. I was great at that. Even I couldn't fuck that up.
Ah, well.
Now I'm sitting around my garage airbrushing fake armor. So you evolve.
Is that somebody trying to call in?
No, it's just it's in case.
It's not going to happen, Jim.
Yeah.
So
we have to be on consistently enough for people to know we're even here.
Yeah, we're bad so-called podcasters.
Now you guys show up live and then I pop in.
We're glad just to have somebody to talk to.
It is nice.
But I mean, we've been like off. What's it been? It's been 2 weeks or 3. I don't even remember.
Definitely 2.
Yeah, it's been a while. But we fucked up because we tried to change the Mondays because it fits the schedules better. But then it's Monday Night Football,
right?
And nobody wants to deal with that. So it's like shit. Well, okay. Well, I guess we'll just do Tuesdays at least till the end of football season.
Yeah, and
then the Eagles are going to be dicks going to the playoffs and fuck that all up.
That'll fuck everything up.
But
I have a whole bunch of stuff going on with work, and I have to figure out what I'm going to do with that whole thing. That's going to impact me and my availability during the week, depending upon how many days a week they decide to make us come back.
We'd be like nomads, jumping from day to day to day to day.
Yeah, that'll work terribly.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it works great for Podbean. It doesn't matter there.
Yeah, barely, but I mean, it barely works for us at all. I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, people pull this crap down on Podbean a lot. People from around the world. You think that, but that's the thing. They don't know where the hell to find us. So.
Yeah.
But
I don't know where to find us.
What the hell do we care?
Yeah.
It's not like we're pretending to have a great meaning or anything.
No, it's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know our limitations. We're smart enough to know better.
Well, that's the key in life, isn't it?
Yeah. To know you know nothing and keep your fucking trap shut. Unless you want to be bizarre and stupid, and I'm trying to think of the word. But that's all it's about. You need a drink, or
sure? I'm always ready for a drink.
I could use a drink.
Yeah, I can't.
Some point we're going to figure out how to do that, Pat.
And I want to do this.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Yeah,
I'm going to do this one now. Let's see how this one sounds.
While you're prepping for that, I got that amp that I used at the gig blew up.
Oh no!
Yeah, my little harky head took a shit. So I'm actually going to look at a SWR Working Pro 700 this weekend.
Oh, cool!
Wow. So this is actually I was gonna hide this, but I didn't know if you'd drink out of the can, and it would be gross if I put a tape around it.
Okay.
But I hadn't had this in a while, and I thought I liked it. And I wanted to grab some and try it, and I did, and I loved it. And I think you're gonna like it if you've never had it before.
Wasn't this a brand of beer on its own at some point?
I don't recall. But what we're doing is it's Yingling, it's Lord Chesterfield's ale, shetty, if you will. So it's not the regular Yingling lager, which that tends to be my default because that's the only thing anyone usually has at a bar that's like the least amount of stuff I'll drink. But so it's a little bit different can, green can. It's
traditional metal decoration.
Yep. But I think you're going to appreciate the smell and flavor a little more. I think
Smells like
this is more your speed.
All right, let's see.
I really like it.
Yingling is my default as well.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, it's mild.
It's got a lot of different flavors.
Yeah,
You know,
it's malty, but yet there's a hop.
you can
It hits
definitely
you coming
get,
and going
yes,
with
it does. That's neat.
It's kind of nice, and I really like it.
It's the best of all worlds with nothing punching you in the face.
And that's what I strive for.
That's good.
Yeah, it's almost like
this is some of that up.
This is what an IPA would be if people didn't
people
lose
that
their
go
fucking
crazy
mind with it. Like, oh, let's throw some pine sol in too. I think this is what it should be, and it's. I think the only time I'd ever had this was at the brewery.
That was interesting.
That was funny. It was like we're playing Atari Pac-Man.
It did sound like that.
But
I have old school Atari, by the way.
I do too. I have a
Brand new
2400. Oh, I have an actual 2400.
Oh wow!
With the cartridges and everything.
My kid got it for me for Christmas last year.
Oh, I have one of those, like an emulator, but I actually
it looks like one.
I have that one, but I have the cartridges.
You have
the actual. I
still have my Sega, by the way.
Oh God, I think I have a Sega somewhere. A Sega Genesis.
Oh, a Sega Genesis.
A PS1. I don't think I have.
You have a Genesis?
I don't think I have a PS. I have a Sega Genesis.
I do too. Still works. I plugged it in a couple of years ago. It was working just fine.
I still have my Xbox 360 up in the front room. Like
I think David has one.
It's a DVD player.
We have the original PS1, I think, somewhere.
Mm-hmm. It looks like a Blu-ray player. It's like white,
the black one.
You got mine is like tiny.
Maybe that's PS2. I don't. But he has more.
But it's funny. We had to decide whether to get a PS2 or an Xbox back in the day, and it came down to: do you want BattleTech or Dragon Ball? And Bree was more into Dragon Ball. Like
that'll do it.
We just got into the fact that that's one of those shows where, like, first time I watched it, this huge monstrous guy, like, fired like an atomic blast out of his hands and hit this little 8-year-old kid. And this huge mushroom cloud, giant crater, and the kid climbs out of the crater like, Jesus. I'm like, oh, we're watching this.
I mean, so now I remember. So the PS2, my ex-wife got me that for a gift for 1 year while we were married. And then my son ended up using it more than anybody in the house, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was, new games were coming out and it was like PS3 time. And I was like, all right, well, I need a Blu-ray player. Kill two birds with one stone.
Yep. Yeah.
It's still in there. I still use it once in a while to watch a movie.
We have a Blu-ray player and an Xbox One, which plays Blu-rays. But weirdly enough, I have to figure this out. The Blu-ray player, when you put in a disc, it won't play the English track.
What the hell's that about?
I don't know, and I don't speak any other language well enough to deal with it. It's like when I went to see the movie Metropolis. It's a German silent movie, and I saw it in France, so I was completely lost.
So where are you buying your movies from? Because it's usually regionalized on the disc.
Oh, I know. No, they're coming from Walmart. I mean, it'll play. It's just there's some setting, and I've read about it. I just haven't had time to mess around with it, where the English, like the track is just like next level good. So you have to tweak the settings on some things. It's a pain in the ass. As I was telling Paul before we started, I've been running around for actually more than a week, but for this week going crazy trying to get my phone to work on Wi-Fi. It's like barely working. I can't do anything.
So we've been having some trouble here, and I'm wondering if it's my extender.
That's what I had to unplug. I did every goddamn networking thing I could think of for a week, and nothing worked. And then I pulled the stupid extender out of the kitchen and everything, because I pulled some diagnostic tools down. First thing it said was, you've got two devices. The channels are the same and they're talking over each other. I was like, son of a bitch.
What's happening?
Yeah, it'll do it.
Because sometimes I'm talking to people at work on my phone, and they're like, "I can't hear you," and I'm dropping out.
Are you talking over Wi-Fi, or are you talking over the mobile network?
It depends on what the phone's doing at that time.
But it should be.
And I'm right next to the router out there.
Yeah, if
I
if,
don't
if
know.
something's over, it was using the same channel. And I even went into my Comcast router. I was going to change all that stuff, and I'm like, I could just see me blowing this away right as I begin my day at work.
The best was my wife got a car last week. So week before last week. So we go to the car dealer, and so her old car's out front. And the credit agency is calling to verify some things because I have my whole account locked so that nobody can hack my stuff. They have to call me for anything that goes on. Anyway, so they're trying to call me, and as I'm talking to them, the phone's dropping out.
Oh, yeah.
And then I look, cars outside the front window, and I see it switch to Bluetooth. It's in the car.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So I had to keep switching it back, and I didn't have the keys anymore because
Just turn your Bluetooth
we'd
off.
already traded the car in, so I couldn't go out there, and I didn't think to switch the Bluetooth off at that point.
Yeah.
So that was pretty funny.
Yeah, mine does that. I find that whenever I'm trying to, and I've done it with you on the phone, I'm trying to put an earbud in because my old phones used to really be shitty. Try to put the earbud in to talk, and it wouldn't connect. It wouldn't connect. And as you're talking, as soon as I take it away from my head, it goes blank.
Oh,
I can't hang up. I can't press numbers.
Yeah, it's black.
Like, I hate technology.
Yeah, it's
Sucks.
she's a bitch.
And she's back in heat. Yeah.
So we got my mom a new TV when we were in Florida, and she got a new Samsung. I think it was a 50-inch or something, 55.
Nice.
I don't know what it was. And she has Roku because it's better than her cable box was, and we were able to clone her cable system through the Roku.
Mhm.
And lately, it's been just turning off the audio intermittently. It's not the TV; it's the Roku, and I don't know if it's getting overheated or what
Or
the
if
deal is.
it's having a problem with the Wi-Fi.
It could be
Because
every time she unplugs it and then resets it goes back to normal.
we have to reboot ours. We have a Roku, and you have to reboot the TV once in a while. I'm like, my God. I mean, when am I going to have to reboot my toilet before I take a shit?
Soon.
Yeah. I mean,
As
I
soon
know
as you get the sprayers.
Oh, no. I got an argument with some fucking French guy, I think, in North Carolina, Myrtle Beach, over what a bidet was.
How do you argue about that? It's pretty simple.
Because he was wrong.
What was he saying?
He was saying it's for women only. And I'm like, no, it isn't.
No, it's.
And like, it's to clean your ass.
Clean your anus.
And he's like, well, Americans don't know. I'm like, I've been out of the country. I had to, Father Fisher, I had to tell him to stop washing the socks in it. That's not what it's for. Yeah. I was so pissed. I came back one night. We were backpacking through Paris.
Yeah.
I had all these bungee cords on my backpack. He took them all off and had them all around the bathroom. He had his nasty drawers hanging on the bungee cords. Fucking guy, man.
Oh, God.
Necessity is the mother of all invention,
Sure is.
the same guy. Like we were cruising around like some of the shittier parts of the city, and I told a friend of mine I'd bring him home some French porn. So I went into this nasty shop and I just grabbed a porn magazine and ran out, And so I put it in my bag and prayed I wouldn't get stopped by TSA. And my girlfriend at the time was living there, so I was going out with her, and I was leaving Fisher at the hotel. So I was like, all right, I'll be back. Don't go outside. You'll get killed. Don't make a mess. I'll see you tomorrow.
But meanwhile, you left him porn.
No. As I was going out the door, he's like, can I see your magazine?
Oh, my.
And I'm like, what? He's like, can I just look at it? I'm like, no. He's like, come on. I don't have anything to do. I'm like, so I went, I got it.
That's how the trouble starts.
I threw it at him. I'm like, don't fuck it up. He's like, what do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Aim it in the other direction.
Like, yeah. Not on my bed. I have a picture on Facebook somewhere if anybody wants to find it of him when we were in Europe. Hey, shut up. I don't want to hear that guy's voice. He had a side table, but it was like a big desk on his side of the room.
Mm-hmm.
It was just piled with snacks and underwear and junk and shit. It was unbelievable. He brought peanut butter because he found out that the French don't like it. They don't understand it.
Oh, well.
So he brought some.
That's like us with Vegemite.
You ever had it?
No.
Oh.
It's probably okay.
No. It's like eating an ass.
Good.
It's
I don't know what that's like.
really
So
vulgar. You've never done it by accident?
No.
All right.
Very good aim.
I,
Fishing tongue.
Nor do I want to find out.
I do not want to find out.
Sometimes you're doing a handstand, you miss. It's just like, I'm not going to say any more about it.
I don't know how to segue this. I have to talk about something really sad.
Shit.
Maybe I'll wait a little bit. It's too soon.
Should I
after
find that Casey Kasem thing and play that?
God.
Gotta go out of a goddamn anus licking story into a goddamn death.
Oh, all right. This is making this easier for me.
All right, there you go.
So Tommy Dean Najaron, a lot of people in the King of Prussia area probably know who he is. He used to manage Sam Ash and King of Prussia, and was very popular in the music scene in the Montgomery County area. Last Thursday, I think it was, he passed away suddenly from a cardiac event. And there's a benefit going on right now of some sort, or a tribute of some sort, over at the Rib House in Bridgeport.
Wow.
It just came across my feed, and Mike Calmia, the drummer from Old School, he knew him very well because they worked at Sam Ash together. And I think if I remember correctly, Tommy actually hired Mike to work there. It was I got his job there. It's just a sad note. Really good guy has passed away, and a great musician at that.
That sucks. That's happening. It's funny that as we get older, obviously, it happens more and more.
I think it was.
Wow. But
yeah. Well, we're in that sweet spot. So, like, yeah. When you get to that, somewhere between 53 and 60, there's the first wave. The ones you weren't expecting deaths start to happen.
So many douchebags I know are still alive. What's going on with that?
And then, of course, when you get into your 70s, then it's just like, look out.
Well, that's like my parents. Like they would sit around like with their friends and like look at the obituaries. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, my father-in-law is going through that right now. He's actually not doing too well. Mm-hmm. So it's amplified. He's got some issues, and he goes to a lot of funerals right now because a lot of the people his age, in his peer group, they all smoked. Mm-hmm. They started smoking in the 50s, and nobody knew
good
at that
for
time.
Good for your P zone.
So they are all developing all these issues, and now that sucks.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I stopped drinking. I drink Diet Coke all the time. It's not because I think it's going to make me svelte or anything. It's just, I remember, Vinny, you're fine. I remember hearing something like that the World War II generation, they were like called the diabetes, like the Coca-Cola generation from getting diabetes from drinking that shit.
Yeah.
And that made me stop. I was like, I don't care. I'll get brain cancer from this maybe, but
the other side of it is, what is the aspartame or whatever it is doing to you? But
I don't care.
It's something's going to get you, right?
I'm thirsty, man.
Yeah.
But then I had to put my rum in something. But yeah, it's bizarre though. It's like,
and do it well.
I find that like I only see certain I didn't see friends for a long time, and I would see them at a funeral.
Yeah,
and that shit was happening over and over, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm old.
Well, yeah, in your 20s, you were going to weddings.
Yeah, well, my mom and dad would drag me to funerals, or they were going there, so I got to go to all those fun things. But I remember when I was
it's just weird, man.
It is. It's bizarre. I went through a period.
People of a certain age.
I think when I was in my 20s, maybe 30s, I don't remember. There was a period about 3 years when I carried the coffin something like 8 times.
Wow.
And I started losing my shit. I couldn't do it anymore. And they were like cousins, my age, friends, shit like that. I couldn't deal with it. I was like, it's like, it was almost like, it's nice that they ask. It's an honor to be asked. And I'm not bitching about that at all.
I know what you're saying.
I was just like, at some point it started to really beat me down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I just drink a lot. Yeah. You're like, Jesus Christ. I mean, I remember one time I had, before we moved back here, this was maybe about 15 years ago. It was a dream, I guess. I woke up in bed and I heard my wife talking to EMTs about me and them working on me. I thought it was real.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, is this going to be embarrassing? What did I do? You know, like I don't want to have a heart attack at work and be the guy like they have to cut the clothes off and basically I'm sitting there in like a pair of like it's just my tidy whities and somebody's like giving me
It happened to my coworker on Christmas Eve.
I know. I was the guy. I was one of the certified CPR people, and they told us like we had, here's what you're gonna do. I'm like, oh my god, if that happens to me, I'd just rather die.
They
Dude, there was a
the
guy.
EMT.
There was a guy at my old office. Sorry,
That's okay.
he went to the restroom and never came out, and they found him basically in the stall. Assumed the position, type, flopped over, died from a cardiac event, trying to
died like Elvis.
That's what I was gonna say, just like Elvis. Yeah.
Damn the consequences.
I always wanted to do that for Halloween. A friend of mine had a Halloween party, and I wanted to he had a big bathroom, and I wanted to put like Elvis, like he fell off the toilet reaching for a hamburger.
Oh man,
what is that? Does that taste?
I don't know. It depends on the hamburger, doesn't it?
I either that or a Fool's Gold.
Don't touch it.
I'm gonna have to do that one I did. My wife and I have to. She's been bugging me. I keep saying we have to try that. We saw it in a movie. One of Elvis's snacks. Take a loaf of Italian bread,
you
butter it, bake it, take it out, cut it in half, hollow it out, jar of peanut butter, jar of jelly, pound of bacon. 12 people or one Elvis. Ugh.
So I was watching. There's a new show on Paramount because we killed the Crown in the last week or so.
Wow.
So it's called Tulsa, and it's Sylvester Stallone. He's
that's right, yeah,
ex-con, and he's setting up shop there, and he's been banished to Tulsa. It's not the greatest show. If it had gotten like the HBO treatment, it probably would have been a little better.
I can deal. I almost got banished to Tulsa in that TV Guide deal.
So it's sort of like your typical broadcast television show, but there's cursing in it. But I have to say, I like it, and I've been enjoying it. We watched 3 or 4 episodes the other night.
I forgot to ask, did you ever finish that other movie of his that you were working on? The one where he's like a superhero, retired superhero?
I watched it, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just remember you said you were working on it. I'm like, how bad?
I like him.
Yeah.
And I like watching the guy. Takes me back to being a young man again. I like watching Sylvester Stallone. It was part of growing up, but
I was still kind of in shape, but my dick don't work.
Him and Schwarzenegger, like the other guys. I used to go see Bruce Willis movies too.
Yeah, it's coming up on Christmas. It's the time for Bruce Willis. Did you see the thing that they came out with I guess it was for Montgomery County, like all the different towns, what their Christmas movie was?
No.
Let me see if I can find it. It's King of Prussia had a good one.
And just while you're doing that, you did watch Andor, correct?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
So I read a review on that last night that was just praising the work done on that. How it's the best thing in the Star Wars world that's ever been made.
It kept making it's one of those annoying things where it's like, you're making me pissed that it's ending on that note. Here it is. So
yeah,
the movie, and so
that's cool.
Don't tell me I haven't seen it yet.
We wait till you see it, though. It is. Did you ever see Rogue One? The movie Rogue One.
Yes.
Okay, it's the prequel.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
So, and that to me was one of the greatest movies in the Star Wars world as well. Actually, I think it was the best movie made in the Star Wars world for a number of reasons. But this is equally good in the way that it was handled.
It's nice because it's that gritty lived universe.
It is, and there's a reason why it looks gritty and lived in. They actually built sets.
Yeah.
It must have cost it's probably the reason that Disney is in so much debt now.
Yeah. Well, I think when they did the
they
prequels,
fired Chopin.
Yeah. But when they did prequels, they made everything look nicer.
It was all
in charge again.
Yes, and he's only going to be there for 2 years, and they're saying it may all be part of a big thing to sell to Apple.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
I was reading it.
What is it
Financial.
going to be like? Microsoft/Apple/Disney's going to be running the
Well, they
world?
said that there's going to be,
Now, if we can just get rid of Elon Musk, we'll be in good shape.
he'll take care of that himself, I
And
think.
by getting rid of, I mean someone put a fucking bullet in his head.
Oh God, that's a little extreme, dude.
Sorry,
God,
I don't have time to wait for
Wow.
things. Those fucking brains out.
it's not like he's Kanye West.
Yo, shoot him too. It'll give him street cred. It'll be good for him.
Somebody's going to go DEFCON on me. At least do it right. Go DEFCON on me.
Yeah, yeah.
Jim's just going to go out there with a 50 cal and start shooting everybody.
If I only had one. Yeah, I mean, you think that Kanye would have at least known to say deaf.
Well, you have to have a certain level of intelligence.
Yeah, but I mean, I think he uses the word deaf a lot. DF,
Probably,
come on, man.
yes. Yeah.
He's down with, he's down. He's cool. He should know this shit. Yeah. Hey, but he's a piece of shit. I'm sorry.
This is what's going on inside his head, though.
Okay, no more fooling around. You got a big mouth. You just talk too much. Good night to catch pneumonia,
Oh, it's not
Hear me
working.
loud and clear.
I mean, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, I'm thinking more like he's got this going through his head.
See, but I have crayons, so I don't qualify for that.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, it's amazing. I mean, like,
Back on the subject a little bit. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, just go back on the subject a little bit. You saw that, at our age now, some of our heroes are kind of getting up in age and everything, and having some issues. And like Jimmy Chocolate Chalfont had a pretty serious cardiac event during his show with
I saw that. Yeah,
a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that?
Wow.
Well,
Yeah, so he's apparently he's doing okay now, but he's been in the hospital.
Richie Faulkner had to have open heart surgery because of he's the guitar player for Judas Priest. His aorta tore open.
Oh wow!
During
a show,
and
John Ritter died.
He said he felt it happen, of course, while they were playing Painkiller. Because I mean, you think about it, it's probably the song he's exerting himself the most on. And they said that after the show was over, he was like, "I don't feel so good," and they rushed him to the hospital, and he had to have I think it was an 11-hour surgery.
Jesus,
wow!
To repair his aorta, and then about 4 months ago, they had to go back in and do some more repairs. It had sprung a leak.
Yeah, that's pretty serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what killed John Ritter on the set of whatever the hell he was doing.
Well, it's the Widowmaker. I mean, and that's
your aorta ruptures, you're fucked.
It's one of the things that guys of our age do experience.
No.
Unfortunately. No. Sorry, man.
No.
You saw that Irene Cara died too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They have
all these people that we grew up with,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is the initial push.
I don't like this.
We're young enough that you go, "What do you mean? That's impossible." But that's what happens.
Yep.
Well, it's fucked up. Like my dad's birthday
doesn't make it right.
My dad's birthday was 2 days ago. He's 92.
I know what you're saying.
Went over to his house and he's just sitting there and he's at least looked at me and goes, I wake up every day and just like amazed I'm still alive. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. I don't want
my dad is 82. He just moved to Utah for his retirement like a few years ago. He's out there riding around in ATVs, hanging out with the guys, riding up the mountains and shit. You know what I mean? More power to him, Go for it.
Yeah, it's been prophesied by many people, but if I die, it's going to be like violent and sudden. It's not going to be I really don't want to have like a heart attack on the street. I don't want to do something stupid like that.
I don't even want to talk about it.
So
I don't like thinking about it.
I mean, we were walking around last night. My daughter's like talking about like, she was like, not that I'm weird about this, but I was thinking like, what's the best way to commit suicide? I'm like, really? We're going to have this conversation? And she's like, no, I'm curious. What do you think? I'm like, I think I just steal a plane and maybe take some, I don't know, Tylenol, like, what is it, Excedrin PM, and just wait for it to kick in. Or just like, what the hell, man?
This is the kind of stuff my mom says.
Yeah.
So so we got my mom one of those life alert things.
Yeah.
And the last 6 weeks, it's gone off like 3 times. On its own. She's like sitting in the chair and she's got paramedics banging down the door and they're calling us.
My in-laws were like that. They called
up and
they did all
canceled
the time.
the whole thing because it's, when that thing goes off, I mean, there's a series of events that take place. People are called, paramedics are sent out, and it was just a whole thing. And she's just, embarrassed now, and all the neighbors come running, and just a total clusterfuck.
False alarms are not cool.
Yeah,
with that
no,
shit.
it's my in-laws lived in some old fart community, and they had buttons in the rooms.
Yeah,
and like their grandchildren would come over and
and just start hitting
touch
the
the
button.
buttons.
Yeah, of
and,
course,
like, people
kids
come
love
running
buttons.
over. Oh, hey, Paula, how you doing? But yeah. I mean, I thought Howard, the guy that lives in between us,
Yeah,
I thought he had some issue because his that pole light he has out front was blinking.
I didn't even know it worked.
It doesn't now, but apparently that's a thing for old folks that they can have it set up so that it blinks.
Okay.
If they're called an ambulance, they know where to stop.
He had a stroke a few years back.
Well, that's what I was worried about. And I'm like, I don't want to go to his house and be like, hey, y'all fucked up. What's going on, dude? I don't want to freak him out or piss him off.
Yeah. Oh my.
I don't want to. It's one of those things. It's like you get to a point where, like, all right, what's my responsibility here? Where I'm not going to look like an asshole, because I can look like an asshole without even trying. It's very easy. Not. I just have to walk into a room. But yeah. But I was like sitting there for hours. Like, do I go over and see if he's okay? Like, they tell you, like, go check on old folks during hot days or this or that. Make sure they're okay. I'm like, I'm gonna just piss them off
in return for money.
But what do you mean, Paula? What call us? Oh yeah, no, I don't want to mess with that. I don't want to call it. I don't want to call the cops. It was just one of those things. It was like I felt bad. Like I'm sitting there, like he could be dying. This could be like I'm like looking at the thing, like is he typing SOS on it? I'm like, is that all he's got? And I don't know. I stress about a lot of things. I worry about shit like that.
I do too. I mean, we had quite a bit of activity across the street recently at both houses, and
yeah,
you didn't know which house they were coming for under what condition.
Yeah,
for a little while.
Yeah, I remember the piece of shit that lives across the street from me was like making jokes about it. I'm like, what is wrong with you? What happened to your soul?
Well, now she's probably all jealous about the house down the street.
No, I think she's more pissed off that I decorated for Christmas or Yule or whatever the hell it is.
In the beginning, I didn't care about what happened to me. I go in the ring, I get bust up. I didn't care. But now the you.
Right? Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Well, that's from Rocky 3.
So it was funny. I was watching my Mike across the street. His family came over for Thanksgiving, and they're all pulling up, and it is like watching.
It's like a clown car.
I mean, it's just like watching Christmas Vacation. Yeah, families coming over, and they're all getting out, and as they're walking down the street, they're all just turning toward the house that's being built.
Giant goddamn castle they're
building.
building.
So we had a house on our street. We've talked about it before. But there was a house on our street that burned down mysteriously.
Not my fault.
A couple of years ago, and it was a total loss. So the house was bulldozed and taken down, and now they're building this just gargantuan house. And so we live in a mid 60s, early 70s neighborhood.
Oh, no, it's more early 60s.
Well, the house I live in was made for about 20, 25 years in various forms all over the country. It's a split level. And, it's a certain architectural look. Is it good? I don't know. I mean, who cares? But it is what it is.
Pretty much waterproof.
And they're building this house down the street from us. There's 3 of them being built in our area in particular, but each one in different neighborhoods. It is this just it's a full almost story and a half taller than the rest of the homes.
It literally looms over the other houses. It casts shadows.
It blocks the light out of my yard from the sky where there once was a sky. It's just crazy. It just doesn't fit.
You're gonna be sitting out there like 10 years now. Remember when we could see the moon? Fucking
if they could have just moved it back about 6 more feet, it would block out the light from the rail yard that they put in. They put in
I don't see that.
There's a really bright light down there.
Another like moon, whatever the hell, moon tower.
I guess that's what it is. And it was partially blocked before that storm rolled through here about 2 years ago and knocked all the trees down. So it has a clear line of sight right into my yard, especially this time of year.
I'm going to go out there with my sniper rifle and fix it.
You would need a lot of snipering to get to this
Yeah.
thing. It's so when you come down Bidler Road now, it's practically blinding you.
Yeah,
as
it's a
you get
big
to
ass moon tower. Yeah,
It's crazy.
I can't tell because the guy behind me puts his.
Oh, we
lights
saw
on.
he's been running his spotlights.
Oh my god! It's like, do you forget you fucking have them?
Nancy was getting upset about it.
I would say something, but he's like. I introduced myself to his wife, and she was very nice. And I said, "This is my wife, Bree, and I'm this guy." And she introduced herself, and then I looked over at him, and he was just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like just that nasty, like,
Yeah, something like
fuck
that.
you kind of look. And I'm like, whatever, man, I don't care.
Yo, how you doing?
But yeah, it's like I can't. I have no idea. Like, I've tried talking to him, and he just glares at me. I'm like, what did I do to you?
Maybe he doesn't speak English.
No, he does. But like I said, all I have to do is exist, and it pisses people off.
I
So
gotta go now, but
that's why I'm so angry all the time.
I never noticed.
Fucking people, they're the worst.
Hello there.
But, Jesus,
That's what happens when you walk in a room.
not even.
And then it depends on the room you're in.
I would rather it be more like I want to play this really loudly next time you have a gig. Oh, I can't do it because there's a goddamn commercial.
Dun, 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 dun,
See, now you fucked it all up.
I read your mind.
No, you looked over at my screen.
Hell no.
Damn it. But I can't play this. That's right. I actually wanted to play I want to play the Thor coming to Wakanda thing when I walk into the room. I might do that really loudly next time. Just go to an old school show late and just walk in.
Hey man, whatever it takes.
Yeah, just to be a prima donna.
Well, you're a rude guy. I'm trying very hard, and you're being rude.
Hey,
That's bad
fuck
manners.
you!
I want to tell you something. This is coming straight from the heart, and I mean this.
Yeah,
You're just a jealous, lazy bum.
I am not lazy. Damn it!
Well, I know you're looking for sparring partners, and I just want to say I'm very available.
Huh? I'm like lost now, man. Hey, Carlos wants to come in.
Carlos.
Ah, señor. ¿Cómo estás?
Hey.
What's up, man?
¿Cómo está la pinga?
Welcome to the P word.
Sí, sí.
Palabra.
¿Cómo estás, mi amigo?
I don't know.
¿Cómo estás, mi hermano?
Yes.
Yeah.
¿Así?
Sure.
Hello.
¿Te gusta el taco? Los tacos. Con la
Well,
tequila.
It is
Mi
Tuesday.
amigo.
Yo. Hey.
Yes.
¿Qué
Carnitas.
está pasando, mi amigo?
No, 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 no.
¿Qué? No entiendo.
Yeah, I know Nintendo either, man.
Okay, no problem, mi amigo.
All right.
Because I'm a fighter.
Palabra, dude.
I don't know what just happened.
I don't know. He was just making fun of us for not being able to speak a foreign language.
Hello there.
I can't. I'm not getting engaging. I'll just look like a knucklehead.
Did he leave or did you make him leave?
He left.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was you guys.
I thought it was us too.
No, I'm not.
I'm not pushing anything.
I thought it was like carnitas, barbacoa, taco.
Yeah, that was.
Go through my foods.
That was. Well, that was probably one of those people.
Yeah.
Dems peoples.
Yep. He was just
Those
jumping
guys.
On. He was
Them's
jumping on to
guys.
be an ass and just be a pain in the ass for a little while. That's
Oh yeah.
金钱看齐，两场协着，心相连的暂时。二岁了装个当朝，驸马郎的气质王啊满皇。
Wow.
二岁了装个当朝，金钱看齐，两场协着，心相连的
I think this might be considered hate speech.
I don't know.
There are two things. Whatever the hell this is.
Great success.
my God, I can't even find the thing I was trying to find. But anyway.
Yeah. Oh, here.
You were looking for that.
It's called Thanos Box Beat.
I was going to say,
Beatbox.
I would love to know what search you choose for that one.
Maybe it was this. Maybe this guy's going to call.
I think he just did. Oh my God! Now we're just
back no meu pau.
Oh, he's back. Hey, Carlos, welcome back. I'm not putting you on the air because. I made one of those this week. Oh, that reminds me. I haven't done a station ID yet. Here we go.
You're listening to the American Moron Entertainment Network.
You will not laugh. You will not cry. You will learn by the numbers. I will teach you.
There you go. Definitely will not laugh.
Amen.
Amen. Welcome to the American Moron Entertainment Network. Amen.
There you go.
It's getting weird out there.
That's the first time I ever got that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm a little slow.
That's okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Paula, for pointing
We're
that
not
out
that
to us.
fast.
We were just being the American Moron Network, and she's like, if you throw entertainment in there, it spells amen. And we're like, God damn.
Yeah.
We are friggin' ridiculous.
How are you?
But all right, I can't find this damn music I was looking for. But
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. He's a little possessed. I hear a turning signal, so we must be getting close to home.
Yep.
Yeah, we're getting there.
That's good.
I'm just looking at the moron sitting in the middle of the intersection because they couldn't figure out how the lights work.
Well, they're probably on their phone.
It's possible.
Huh.
But Broomall did this thing where they have this little teeny lane now for making a left-hand turn onto State Road, and people pack it to try and just get in front of everybody.
Of
so
course.
You can't make a left turn.
Well, that's why I told my kid, it's like, you got to understand that when people drive, it's like, to them, it's like a game they have to win.
Yes.
Yep.
And it doesn't make any goddamn sense, but it's what they do. And that's my PSA for today.
I will get there before you, no matter what.
Yeah. They got to just be ahead of you. But fuck them. Don't have time for that nonsense. There's a lot of shit I don't have time for.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ew, that was a wet one.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about the penis.
Man. Yeah, I did make a sort of a PSA sound effect for that so we don't offend anyone.
Okay.
It was this one.
But you fish have the sarcasm. The people apologizes for breaking your brain.
No, that's all.
That's good.
I'm
I
working
like that.
on it. I'm working on it. It's not very clear. But
Creeper. Oh,
no.
man.
No. Don't make me put Wasp on, damn it.
Oh, you know, he's on tour.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to that show.
I did too. It's sold out.
Christine went.
Yep.
I'm sure.
Hey,
she did.
you know who's coming in February is the Winery Dogs.
I saw that.
Oh.
I've seen them before, and I like them. I enjoy them.
Go on.
I don't know. I just don't know if I want to see them again. Is that wrong of me? I don't know.
No, you're allowed to have an opinion. At least that's my opinion.
Well, so up at the Sellersville Theater, they had the guy who was playing you a couple weeks ago. The guy who plays the piano guitar.
Fuck.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. And I was like, yeah, nah. Then it turned out I had band practice that night anyway. Stanley Jordan. So it was kind of cool he came, but
While he was playing?
No.
Oh.
Came to the show.
Oh, right.
Oh, Stanley Jordan here. Winery Dogs at the Keswick, and the tickets start at $100.
That's steep, man.
Yeah, it is.
Yes was just there, or they're coming. I don't know where. Well, some members of Yes.
Oh, son of a bitch.
I don't know.
It'd be interesting to see
if Bruce Kulick came with his band, I would go see that.
I think I would go to that too.
Go see that. I just watched off the Kiss cruise the set his band did, and it was fantastic, man. They were doing some deep cuts from Kiss when he was, of course, in the band, and it was great, man. And I think they did one tune from the band he did with Karabi, which anything with John Karabi is okay to me.
Yeah.
I wish John Karabi would come around. I wish he would come and just do the whole Motley Crue album.
I thought he was around a little while ago, wasn't he?
I think he was doing acoustic shit.
That's right. You're correct.
And there's nothing wrong with it. I have a whole album of his that's acoustic, and it's fantastic. But I want to hear him do, like Man on the Moon, which was a song he did with Bruce Kulick. I want to hear him do all the stuff he did with Motley Crue, that whole album. It's one of my favorite records of all time. It's an excellent record.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually heard that one. I'll have to check it out because, during that period of time when the changeover was happening, I was all focused on touring with Vicky.
Gotcha, man. Well, I'll tell you that it is. I've had 4 copies of it because I've worn them out or lost them. You can't buy it and think that you're getting a Motley Crue record. It has nothing to do with that. It should have been just something different for the name. It's actually closer to the stuff that Karabi was doing on his own. It is just a fantastic album, and you can tell that him and Mick Mars just really hit it off. And of course, Tommy Lee had the time of his life drumming on it. It's the biggest drum sound that Tommy Lee had. I'm going to see if I can find some sample of what was going on.
I think I have it right here. Let me see.
You sure?
Shake that ass.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Let me see what you got. Just shake that ass.
Yeah, no, sorry. That's I mislabeled that.
The wrong one, apparently. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was,
well,
here's
here's
John West. That wasn't John Karabi.
I've alphabetized wrong.
I met him when this album came out. He was hanging at the Penn at East, believe it or not. I assume you can hear that, Pat, right?
Yes.
I have to skip around because we'll get in trouble.
Yeah. Just keep yelling over it and stuff.
Listen to the drums on this. Let's skip around because
I don't know.
I've heard this.
Great song.
Yeah, it is a good song.
And the whole album is like that. I mean, every inch of it is that way.
And keep that up. We can just go out with that. Who cares?
You mean like finish our?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, outro on that.
All right, I'll leave that there. But there's just the whole album is just spectacular. I fucking love that record. Ooh, damn it!
I just wish we'd play music on this damn thing. We could on here, just can't on there.
Yeah, well, I don't even think you can pay a fee and do it on here.
It's not easy to do. Yeah, it's the whole thing. Because I mean, like, we could just use this. I mean, that song.
I know that well.
So
I'm still upset that show's over.
Yeah, well, they're doing a movie.
I heard that. Yeah.
So give it time.
But they did a movie for Ray Donovan and.
What the hell was there? There was one I just saw.
Need a beer?
Sure.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
There was something I can't even remember. There was a movie I just saw. It was like a continuation of a show. And it
didn't cut the mustard.
It sucked. It was abysmal. It's like, what the hell? You guys just need the money? I'm assuming that the answer is yes. I just needed the fucking money, but that's all that is. But I don't know. I'm still trying to prepare for all the Christmas goddamn music that's going to be attacking my eardrums soon. I can't take it anymore. But yeah, I don't know. The nice thing is, I guess we don't have to watch.
This is for Doris.
I don't think does anybody. Does anybody even? I don't even know if anybody watches Christmas cartoon things anymore. Does anybody watch like all those stupid Rankin Bass Christmas shows anymore? Or they just don't care because they can get it on YouTube anytime they want.
My wife was watching some show the other night. I don't know. It was Captain Dr. Seuss, one of those.
Oh, like the Grinch or something?
Yeah, she's watching the Grinch.
But I mean, the Rankin Bass ones are funny because none of them have anything to do with Christmas.
I love that the figures are finding their way out to the world.
Yeah,
They're being sold.
Yeah.
Pat, you should just like 1 week, just come in and do the show with us. It'd be easier. I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't. Depends on your commute, I guess.
Yeah, if I'm home working from home one of these days, or there's other things that are transpiring that may actually allow me to be up here a little bit more often rather than coming up from DC. But 'cause I'm usually traveling up from DC at this time. But there's some things that are transpiring that may make some changes in my life, which may make it a little bit easier.
So let me ask you this: Do you go to DC every day, or you're there for a couple of days and then come home? What's the story?
Well, when I go down, I come home in the same day because I got my kids need help. My daughter needs help with school, so and I'm the more scholastic one.
It sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I'm trying to get her going. So I come home. You know what I mean? It's really not that bad. Before COVID, yeah, it really sucked to drive, but now it's just like. It takes me a couple hours, but it's not that big of a deal. And I do a lot of stuff. Like
what is it that you do?
So I manage IT and digital media for NBC in Washington.
Oh.
And I'm in the process of
For the local affiliate or for national?
It's a local affiliate. So it's a local television station in Washington, D.C.
Local stations in Washington are almost as big as the affiliates.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm in the process of rebuilding that place right now. So I'm actually down there a lot. I'm redoing the entire networking infrastructure and broadcasting infrastructure in that place.
Wow.
So I am an Uber geek. Always have been, always will be.
I couldn't do that commute. I had to go down there a couple of times for work, and
Nancy used to do it.
I loathe that drive.
But she took the train.
Yeah, like the president.
Yeah.
So that's what I used to do. I used to drive to Aberdeen. If you take the Amtrak out of Wilmington, it's like $1,600 a month. Okay, for the pass.
Wow.
If you drive to Aberdeen, drive to Aberdeen, it's $300 for the entire month.
And where is Aberdeen?
To and from. Aberdeen is exactly. They make beer. It's just in Maryland. Like if you go, it's just on the other side of that Skyway on 95. Havre de Grace.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's the next exit past Havre de Grace.
We were driving past there one day, and there was all this traffic, and we didn't know what was going on. There was this Volkswagen CC just sitting there, and we're like, what is going on here? Well, later that night, we found out that a guy, he parked his car and jumped off the bridge, man.
Well, that's fucking rude.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a bridge to jump off of.
It is.
Yeah. Well, God damn. I mean, take an Uber. Don't be a dick.
There was no Uber. I don't know.
A cab. Get
10 years ago.
Hitchhike. What's the worst that could happen?
I don't know.
Someone kills you.
Park your car in the parking lot and then walk.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't. It's like if you're gonna do something like that, you're gonna commit suicide, man. Don't inconvenience other people.
I don't think that people committing suicide are thinking about much of anything.
Well, because they're selfish bastards. Yeah, I know.
Not necessarily.
Yes, very selfish. I would be considerate. I yelled. I had this conversation with my dad when my mom was dying. He was like, "I'm gonna blow my brains out." I'm like, "You fucking pussy!" Like literally said that to him. Like, you will not do that because your daughters are not going to come home and find that.
Yeah,
like not going to happen. And I took all the guns out of his house, and like, good Lord, man, come on, don't be that way. But somehow I know I'm the asshole in this situation, but that's fine.
That's just because you're
I'm an asshole. That. Yes,
you were the right one there.
Yes,
you were a good son.
I'm being a character.
Okay, we all support you, Jim.
Thank you. It's about time someone does. Can I ever talk?
Dad,
Jesus Christ, that was loud. Ugh. I finally found my music to come to the next old school show.
don't touch it.
going to walk in.
Well, I'll tell you what. I have a small...
Look over at Carla, wave.
I have a small speaker.
I do too.
Get you a cape.
I have lots of those.
Hell, come down in your giant suit.
That thing. I couldn't fit through the damn door. I could come down in the Gears armor, and that'll fit.
There you go.
I don't know. I don't want to have to explain shit to people. Oh, man. No. Next show, I'm hiding. I'm just going to hide at the bar.
This just in. Jim enters the bar.
Sorry.
Definitely news. So much.
I had to mute myself. I had to read the Kids Riot Act for a minute.
Oh, yeah. I had to tell my daughter the other day, look, I opened your window, I think, for the first time since we moved in, and I actually knocked it out of the frame. And then I just pulled it back in, and it seated itself again. And I was like, but I'm like, look, and I hate that I have to say this to the kid. I said, you need to clean your room so in the springtime I can get somebody in here to give us an estimate.
Oh, my God.
Oh, she's a slob. But by the way, tune into Monaco Radio on Wednesdays at 9:00 for the cat call.
It's not sloppy.
It's not sloppy. She's actually really good at it. I was telling my dad about it the other day. I was like, it's amazing. You listen to her and she's so upbeat and she does such a good job. And then she doubts herself. She does pre-recorded shit all the time. Like, don't talk.
No, I mean, it's good that she's thinking about it.
Yeah. But I mean,
as opposed to we just get here. Hey, what's new?
So my balls itch. And fuck it. Is it Halloween yet? But oh, don't do that. You're gonna have fucking flashbacks like that.
That's the sound.
Hello, Frank.
My computer was making when we just finished watching The Crown when Princess Diana.
Mm-hmm.
I found out I was on AOL.
Oh God!
That's how I found out she passed away.
Yeah, I was trying to explain that to the kid the other day.
It sounded like some chat room on AOL or something.
How I at first didn't even realize that you just had to connect AOL and then use the browser. Like I used to go through AOL for everything.
Yeah, you used Netscape or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't know you could do that. It was so completely ridiculous.
Well, it took 7 million years just for something to load.
Well, yeah, everything was dial up, and it was.
I remember Howard Stern complaining about it. He's like, "What are you doing? You're just sitting there waiting for a picture to come up."
Well, what kind of picture? If it's porn,
it was talking about porn.
Wait, yeah. But when I was in college, the first modem I had was like a 300 baud modem. I mean, you're watching text go. Like it is like WEMCOME space TO.
It's like it was back in this time.
Yeah, it was bad, man. It was like it took a while just to spell the word Villanova.
It makes you wonder, how did they make these sounds? They have these things, they show stuff like this.
Oh yeah. Well, that's like Ben Burt? Yeah, the sound effects designer for Star Wars. The blasters.
Oh God, yeah. High tension wire.
He just hit the tie wires on that. And what is it? I can't even do it. Like that sound for spaceships, that ambient noise. He was staying at a hotel, and that was the air conditioner. He recorded it, and then he slowed it down.
Yeah.
And Caitlin does it now. Like she walks around, she's like,
That's
"Wait a minute, I have to go record that." Yeah, and she's building a catalog of sounds.
That's great.
So it's really cool. She does that. I mean,
yeah, we learned about that when I was in film school.
It's crazy, like all that shit. Like I didn't even realize I was watching that thing, the documentary on Industrial Light and Magic.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea that John Dykstra did not get hired to go to ILM after Star Wars.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching this like, holy shit, really? Like,
yeah, a lot of shit went down.
Well, he didn't do it the way Lucas wanted. They had spent most of the budget building the shit to do the shots and they had one shot. They had a shot of one of the towers shooting in the trench. That was it. After like half the money was spent. And Luke, he's like, we had to build this shit. Like they built stuff, like they built a machine. I won't even call it a computer. And it was all analog that they could track the model.
Mm-hmm. And then they mask it out.
And they just keep doing it over and
over
over and over again. So each progressive layer of the mask. And it's crazy that you know.
And then computers came in, and a bunch of the guys that were used to that were resistant to the change.
Yeah. There were guys like model builders that were like
stop
really
motion
upset
guys.
about that.
And,
yeah. It
but
was,
then they realized that they needed those guys, and those guys were like, "Oh, wait, so you need to understand how I do that to put it in."
Teach them how to do it.
It's so cool.
Yeah. Like I looked at like the skins of characters on games. They don't look like they're people, but they look like blobs. I'm like, how do you know to do it that way?
Riddle me this. I've been seeing commercials for Avatar, the new movie coming out. Why does that look so bad?
I don't know. It looks shitty.
It really looks shitty.
I'm hoping it's because they gave you pre-production shit and it just...
I mean, it just looks subpar. I didn't really care for the first one anyway. It was like, I don't really give a crap.
I saw it. I was like, okay.
I didn't see what all the hubbub was.
Well, because it was almost entirely a digital... It was kind of like Roger Rabbit.
That's fine.
But I mean, that's exactly how it was. You had a little bit of it in the real world, and the rest of it wasn't. Most of it wasn't.
Yeah.
And they had guys in the real world walking through Toontown, basically.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
But it does look really bad.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
The cinematography on the first one was pretty well done, though. You know,
it was really well done, and you know, it's one of those things where like you're breaking new ground. Like it's like the first person, like Tron. Look at that; it looks like shit now.
I love that movie when it came out.
I love it now.
So did I.
But
Black Hole.
Oh, the Black Hole! What a great movie!
Yep. That was the Star Wars competition back in the day.
Yeah, that was Disney's try, but it was like, and that was weird too because it was so gross that like that one dude died by getting like basically parade. Yeah, it was gross. But I hated the ending of it. I'm like, don't make me think. The fuck was that?
Space.
Oh, but I hate the end because I'm like, what just happened? And the goddamn movie. Don't be like a Stephen King novel.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Ever since that guy got in that car, hit
it was a dark movie.
Yeah.
You know. Well, there's a commercial now where they're kind of aping all that.
Hey, John. John Michael said that.
Hey, John Michael. Welcome to the show. But there's a commercial now where they're aping that, where they're going through the ship and there's an alien on the ship and they're like, we got to do this, and the guy's like standing there in the button suit. Have you seen that?
No.
It's like, I'm an alien. I'm moving around.
Oh, right.
Funny. I thought it was funny.
So
I was
an alien
to find out what's his face. Who?
Frank Lewis too. How's it going?
Yeah.
Buddy?
Oh, you didn't notice? Yeah.
Oh, he's already gone.
He's been here for a while. Who's the guy that played does all the motion capture with Snoke? Something Circus.
Anthony Serkis.
Whatever the hell his name is.
He was in Andor. I know. We can't talk about that.
Everybody lost their goddamn mind that he was in it. Like, whoa, wait a minute. He played somebody. I think, oh, for fuck's sake. Come on.
Yeah.
Like, really? I mean,
the people, that was the other thing that I read in this article. I won't give away the show, but the article was they basically took the show apart, and
Andy Serkis. That's
they were talking about the fact that every detail, every actor, there wasn't a weak actor in the bunch. Everybody had a particular role.
But one thing Disney...
they shot it in England, so there you go.
I always wondered, like, was it the British Empire?
Well,
I was watching Rollerball the other day.
They said it's about Nazis.
I mean, they all.
But
if
you think about British imperialism and what they did,
well, it's also because they filmed at Shepperton Studios, and everybody was British.
Yeah,
and they had those badass sideburns, like the guy who said, "We have there is a danger. Should we have your step?" That guy was awesome. Those are the best sideburns I've ever seen. But I was watching Rollerball the other day, and John Houseman, the bad guy in the movie, his aide was Admiral Motti, the guy that Vader force chokes.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh shit, and Bree's like, what? I'm like, that's Admiral Tag Motti. Fuck, I don't know which one. I have to look it up. I was like, yeah, the guy Vader chokes, and she's like, you fucking dork.
It sounds like this what Nancy and I go through when I'm watching the show. I'm like, I know who that is.
Oh, I do it all the time.
That character, they were in such and such.
Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute, I know that. Is that Tracy Lords?
And then this is all they hears.
Yeah, but
finally worked. I don't know. It was a little slow.
But all they're thinking in their head is this.
Shut up.
Goddamn nerd.
Yeah. But Paula, where'd you go? Oh, don't. Oh, I should have brought that damn sound effects record down. The one that wrecked me when I was 6.
Dude, you know, I could hook that up in here.
Yeah, we got to do that. We got to bring it down.
I have the Doctor Who sound effect record.
Oh, dear God.
There, yeah. Speaking of sound effects, so KISS just released I think it's the 40th anniversary of Creatures of the Night.
Nice.
And depending on what version you get, they have a segment on there, which is all the sound effects they used during the tour. So when different people would come out, different sound effects were utilized for different people. So, you know, they have all the sound effects. So like on the Creatures of the Night tour and Lick It Up, KISS played on a virtual tank. And when the turret turned, they made sound effects for that. Mm-hmm. And this guy, so they have all that on the record. It's just a stupid thing that I find interesting.
No, here it is. Here's the whole record right here. Now, it does a weird cover of my Monster Mash, and that's why I think my mother bought it. But then
I remember that.
It gets where
that was the first 45 I ever bought.
Really?
Yes. Monster Mash.
I don't know it.
Logical Song was mine.
I think mine was Paranoid.
To lovers, the moon is a thing of beauty. But to this man, it is a deadly curse. When the moon is
This thing is fucking horrible, man.
Like, that would be terrifying to a child.
It has sounds of people being killed, like tortured and stabbed and slashed, and I don't know what the hell this
Sounds
is.
like the stuff I play at Halloween.
Person to be tied to a stake and burned alive. This terrible form of colonial justice, with its unfair. Many an innocent
Don't bother the kid. He's being quiet. Yeah, because he's fucking horrified. Yeah, I don't want to hear that. I fucking get PTSD for Christ's sake. But
unbelievable. What the fuck went on in that house?
Oh, you had yeah. There are other horrifying stories I don't know you want to hear. But
why bother adopting? I don't understand.
Well, I'm not sure that was done legally.
It gets worse. The more you stay, the worse it gets.
Because, like I said, I mean, my mom. All right. Here's the way my mom told it to me. She went to work, and her coworker came in like, "Yeah, this just fell out of me." Wait, you were pregnant? Yeah. Oh, I thought you were just fat. Nope. Baby. Yeah. Fuck. I don't want it. What are you gonna do with it? I don't know. Leave it in the back. We have a lost and found.
Can you put this in the dumpster for me?
Yeah. So my mom's like, I'll take it.
Sure.
So she, finishes her shift. Fuck knows what they did with me. I was probably sitting next to the fryer. So she took me home and she put me in probably on the
cardboard box.
Yeah. And like I said, this is what she told me. And so she brings me home and she's making dinner and my dad rolls in. He just came from the bar.
What the fuck is that?
No, he came in. He's like, "Oh, you made dinner. What do we have? What is this?" And she literally did what I'm doing. She pointed to the floor, like I was on the floor, probably in a box, in a turnip box or something. And yeah, he had no idea. She never told him. She just brought me home.
That's just weird, man.
And I was like, God damn it. And then it got even weirder one time. I think I was around 14. And so many people you look just like your dad. I'm like, I better not.
Well, I was told it looked like my sister.
You do, kind of, yeah.
I think that's a learned facial expression thing.
Probably. But people were saying that. And I said to my mom one time, I don't know what was going on. They used to fight all the time. It was a nightmare. And I said something about who's my father? And she got all weird and squirrely, terrified that I don't want to talk about that. I'm like, God damn it. What's going on? But I did do my whatever the hell it is. So he's not my dad because he's Italian. So I did I got my genetic shit done for my daughter and it's all good. My dad is not really related to me. We can get in trouble for this?
I don't see how you could. There was just no way anybody could figure this out.
Yeah, I mean, it just sounds like somebody wailing on the drums.
Mm-hmm.
Just get a long stick. I could just,
See, now that you're going to get in trouble for.
Oh, come on.
That's Keith Richards' symbol you're hitting there. Well, we have 7 minutes, Jim.
Oh, my God. Well, what's going on this week?
Nothing. No shows.
Holy shit, man.
I have to say,
you showed yourself out.
I'm good with it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Believe me, I'm showed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't get into it.
No,
anyway,
I could, I would, I like
next
to, but
week,
I won't.
Next week, though, Old School will be on December 10th. They'll be at Nick's Roast Beef, Cotman Avenue.
Sweet.
And then the following week on the 16th, we'll be back at Screwballs for another night of adventure. It'll be the Screwballs Christmas party with Old School. And then, of course, there's New Year's Eve at the Water Tower, which that is fucking fun. I had a ball last year doing that.
It's a good place, man.
It is. I mean, I was playing pinball for like almost 2 hours after we were
During
done.
the show? Oh, I was going to say, shit.
No, if I could do that.
Oh, you could.
Use my feet, maybe, or wang. I don't know.
Is it a prehensile wang?
It could be.
But, yeah, no. Screwballs. Okay, well, I'm not getting a table. I'm just putting that out there into the ether.
You could sit at the front table with me.
I'm going to just well, yeah, I do that. Yeah, what the fuck?
I always take that first table.
Yeah,
it's
throw
mine.
your shit there. I don't give a fuck. So, but yeah,
I mean,
I'll stand in the back. I'll stand at the bar. I'll sit in the fucking back.
You're damned
room.
if you do, and you're damned if you do.
I'll sit by the ladies' room. What the hell? It's fun to go back there and watch all the guys come back. Like, I gotta piss. Where is it?
Yeah, everybody gets confused where the ladies' room is there.
No, they know what a ladies' room is. Nobody knows what a guy's room is. Yeah, believe me. And I'm like, it's around the corner, right there. Follow your nose. Christ's sake.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah. It was.
Lord have mercy.
Bad the other day.
Yeah.
Something died in there. Yeah. That was horrifying. It wasn't as bad as that time you, me, Nico, and I don't know who else.
Put the fan on it. No, that was
a goddamn disaster.
Woo.
Yeah, I don't like to think about that. I'll fucking nightmare. That was horrible.
That wasn't good.
No.
Pat, you got anything coming up?
He's on mute.
Oh, he's on mute. Okay.
He's yelling at his kids.
Damn kids. Yeah, so that this weekend I'm probably going to dinner.
I'm back.
I mean, like that. I'm gonna probably hit Maggiano's this weekend. What do you got going on this weekend, Pat? Any shows or anything going on?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go to when I was doing the Danny Danzy thing. The drummer and I got pretty close, and he's having a little Christmas party this weekend. So I'm gonna go and hang out with those guys. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while, which it'll be cool to see him again. It's a bass player drummer thing,
I get it. The rhythm section.
Yes, sir.
You guys got to stick together.
Have you ever heard of the band Satisfaction?
No.
The Sass band. They play all over Jersey and stuff like that.
They play Stones.
Yeah, they do. They do. Yeah, they do a really good. They're a really good cover band.
Cool.
But he plays with them, so a bunch of those guys are probably going to be there too. I was trying not to eat in your ear because I got home a little bit ago and I'm.
That's fine. I got the mute on it. No,
as long as you don't fart in my face, I don't care.
Filtering it.
Yeah. I'm heating them turkey and gravy.
Nice.
Thank God, I ate tuna out of a goddamn pack.
We had salmon tonight. Nance got some salmon at the
I
supermarket.
have some, but nobody's home, so I just gotta eat like a fucking animal.
So
I did make steak tartare again for the kid. That still weirds me out to eat it, but it is so good.
Yeah, man.
It just bothers me because
that's pretty cool. Your kid eats it.
Oh, she I love sushi. She loves it. My wife's like, you're both fucking gross.
I love it.
Yeah, she's like, I tried. I can't do it. It's just so disgusting.
Jim, you know what we need to do? We need to go to this place in Philly called Aki Nam Nam. It's a sushi ramen place.
No, the kid found one. I don't know where the hell it is. She's been hanging out up in fucking Sellersville and where the hell is it? I don't know. All these weird places up near Montco and shit, way out in the middle of nowhere. and they found a sushi ramen place, and she's like, "Oh my god, it's so good." I'm like, "You didn't take me. I noticed. God damn it."
Well, down by me in Edgemont, there's a ramen place. I can't remember the name of it, but I took my daughter there the other day. That's why we were talking about soup earlier. Really good.
Nice.
They don't do sushi.
God, I remember I was on a project for this one place I worked, and they used to take us there sometimes twice a month to Kabuki and King of Prussia. Holy,
nice.
Never been there.
Oh my god, that place is great, and they would spend. I
Mark
swear
talks
to God,
about it. He swears about that place. Swears about it.
It's BYOB. You can bring a big ass bottle of sake, and I swear the manager who was running the project, he must have spent like $2-3 grand every time we went in there. I mean, I've never walked out of a sushi place where I can't fit any, like Homer, I can't fit food in my mouth anymore. I'm so stuffed.
Donut.
Yeah, I mean, there was that place in Norristown that I don't know if it's still there, up on across from
Germantown Pike,
Facenda. Yeah, Whitaker. I don't know if it's still there. We went there once or twice, and that's really cool. I mean, it's a sushi buffet, which is dangerous for me because
They're awesome.
Yeah, it was like $30, and you just go nuts.
The hibachi in Springfield used to have that, but they stopped ever since COVID. Like
I thought
$25 all you could eat.
Yeah, if somebody like me goes in there, they're going to stop because I'm going to eat them out of house and home. It's like I don't even care. I'll go out in the parking lot, puke, come right back in. I don't care. Shit, man, I love that stuff. I was actually kind of cool. Like for my birthday, my daughter got stuff to make sushi with me. So we were in the kitchen making sushi together. It was kind of cool.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Well, that's it.
Wow. All right. Man, it's like the longest drum solo ever.
It's actually backing tracks from an album. And I know exactly what's being played on every one. It's the funny thing. I know what song it is. So anyway, folks, you've been listening to the American Moron Network because we are morons. And if you listen, you might be one too. I don't know. Right. Sorry. It was not a very eventful show, but it was a show. We had to get back
in the groove. Yeah. Man. We've been gone for so far.
Groove is in the heart.
There you go. I've heard that. But next Tuesday we'll be back, same time, same bad channel.
I believe so. Yes.
So we'll do it again. I'll try to get it all together like enough that we can put it out there. And but hey, maybe I was hoping to see Mama Titty Sprinkles maybe on board because
you never know.
She showed up at Screwballs the other day. And Jackie was there. It was kind of nice to see him.
It was
been a while.
Cool.
Yeah.
It was great to see Pam.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I'm going to go shut the camera off, and
all right,
Pat, we'll see you around, and Paula, be good.
Night.
Yeah. Good night, folks. Take it easy. Have a good one. See you guys next week.